Good evening.
Hello.
Welcome. Thank you for joining us. My name's Barry.
And I'm Jay.
And together we are Mitosu Crafts.
Welcome to our channel. So this evening, you have got Barry creating two
Yes.
cards. Wow. Using the Impressions of Bloom stamp set from the Floral Impression Suite, which is an online exclusive by Stampin Up, available from our online shop if you live in the UK, France, Germany, Austria, Netherlands, Belgium, or Ireland, as well as any other current Stampin Up products. Yes, we do have a retreat, crafters retreat next Sunday with this suite. So if you'd like to craft with us on the day via Zoom, do check that out on our website, mitosocrafts.com. You could also access the replay if you can't join us live for the full day.
Yes, so yes, you've always got an option, as Jay just said, if you are interested in this, because I've seen my project and Jay's project, and they're lovely, and we've got Sarah's to come as well. So if you, and we're going to be showing you, one of the cards I'm going to be making today actually is one of the ones I decided not to do for the retreat. So yes, so if you like this, it's obviously going to be a bit of a sneak peek onto what to expect potentially for the day. So yeah, have a look, check that one out as well. So yeah, we'll say hi to a few of you that have popped in already, and then we will crack on with tonight's demonstrations. So Jay's just going to take the mic, and we are on Facebook as well, so yes. Hi Facebook.
Hi Facebook, hi Kim on Facebook. We've got Gian, hello, Charlotte, Lissy, Pauline, good evening, Marty, hiya, Judy French. We also have got Kisha, hello, and Tori, hiya. We have got Hazel, good evening to you. Sandra, Darla, Mary Lou, Tanji, Nani Shasha. Ooh, and Tommy did it too. We have got Jackie Elliott, Cecilia, Janice Adams, Vivian, Tina, Mandy Allen, hello, Connie. Who else we got, Barry? Angie. I can't see them because there's Patricia. Sorry.
And Anne has come in. Sorry. The take your pick tool is right in the way.
So yes, thank you so much for joining us this evening. We'll crack on.
If Tommy's going to let me, he doesn't normally do this. So,
well, I'll feed them.
Yes. All right, so, and Helen's just joined us on Facebook as well, so good evening to you, Helen. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of Tommy, and then we will go camera down.
That one?
No, it's already set up. Just preview live.
This one?
That's it. I have it set up a different way to what Jay does.
Yeah, no, I don't like that setup.
There we go. Come on, off you get. Good boy. Lovely. So, let's turn on another light. So that's that one. Good. Right, so Impressions of Bloom. So you have got this one here, which is what I'm going to be doing, pairing that with the Designer Series paper. So the, what's this one called? Floral Impressions paper, the 12 by 12. So you've got these lovely papers. So I will go through these ones in a moment. Now, currently, there is a promotion with this set as well, because it is a suite. I'm just going to do a quick screen share, actually, just to show you. Currently with this set, you can buy one, get one 50% off all suites and suite product. So I'm just going to go for an example. If there was two of you that would like this particular suite, if you was to add two into your basket and have a little look at that, you can see that the second suite has been reduced down by 50%. So if there's two of you that, you've got two people that want it, you can save yourself 50% off of one of them as well. It does work out on items as well, that if you just wanted the suite and then you wanted another stamp set from another suite, it would also work as well. So at the moment, obviously, you've got the product where you can get yourself 50% off of items. So do bear that one in mind if there is something which you are interested in, especially if there's 2 of you that like this particular suite. You can save yourself some money. But yeah, that's this one here. We will just have a little look at some of these papers right here. Now for my first card, I'm not going to be using these papers, but for my second card, I will be. So you can see we've already tucked into these quite nicely. So it's a little bit all over the place, but we've got some really, really lovely, pretty patterns and some solid colours on the back side as well. So we've got those. We've got some of the Fresh Freesia and this one here. Some of the Pool Party and the greens right there. Seen that one. We've got the lovely yellow flowers, sunflowers, and well, they're not sunflowers, but they're like almost could be mistaken for it, but they're not. Green on the back there. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Really love the colours on these ones here. The greens, blues, and the purples. And you've got the solid green on the back, and you've got this lovely floral pattern right here as well. So they are the papers from this suite. I will be using one of these for the second card tonight. I'm just going to pop these away before I damage them or before a cat comes and sits on them, so just bear with me one moment. So that's that. But for the first card, I'm going to be doing a bit of stamping. So I'm going to be using the big flower, the medium, and the small. And I am also going to need a leaf. So we will take that one right there. And I will also need an inner part. Let's just grab a small block. Gonna need an innie and an innie. There we go. So I will have a play around with those ones in a moment. There may be some more which I will need. I'm going to grab myself some basic white for this one. Can you just shut the window, Joe? And I'm just going to cut this down to 12.5 centimetres by 9 centimetres. So that's the layer which I'm going to be doing for this one. 12.5 by 9. I'm just taking it off a little bit from either side, so if I've got any rough edges, then I can give myself a nice clean cut. And then I can just dispose of those little bits right there. I will also, whilst I've got this, I will take myself some of the Secret C cardstock. So that was 12.5 by 9, wasn't it? So I'm going to take this to 13. Let's see, I'm just slightly off camera there. There we go. 13 by 9.5. And that there is going to be my mat and layer for this particular one. And then I'm just going to grab myself a card base. So I got myself some basic white thick. There's the one already done in that one. There is. So our basic white card base is 14 centimetres by 21, scored in half at 10.5 centimetres. We've already got one prepared right there, which is quite handy. So that is going to go on like that, but we need to do something special with that basic white right there first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab myself some sticky, we've got some of this is what I'm going to be using, but you can use a bit of cardstock as you wanted to as well, but I've got some of this post-it note removable tape, and I'm just going to dust that. And it doesn't, I'm not too concerned if it's a little bit jaggedy on one edge, like that.
Always paper snippet.
I could always paper snip it, but I'm just going to go like that, and I'm going to pop this centrally. Now I'm just going to bring my head in a moment just so I can get this centrally. Now I think for when I actually did this one, I actually did this with a bit of paper actually, so I cut a bit of cardstock down to size, and then I used a bit of this tape just to stamp to hold it in place. But if you've got any of the removable tape like this will work just as fine anyway, and actually will be easy because you'll get a flatter surface rather than. But if you haven't got it, you can have a bit of you can cut yourself a bit of cardstock down, and then you can use this as a mask as well. But I'm just going to have this like that. You really want this to be the size of the sentiment you want to go in there. So for this particular one, I'm going to have the words thanks on that. So as long as your masking part is going to be able to fit your sentiment in the middle there, you'll be fine. So that's that. And then what I'm going to do is I've got myself some fresh freesia, some berry burst, some strawberry slush, and a bit of old olive. I will use a bit of darling duckling for the centre parts of the flowers as well. But let's start off with some fresh freesia. Oh, that's just fallen off. And we're just going to link that up like that, and we're just going to just stamp on the corner. Hi Jen. Like so. Okay, and I'm going to do that one more time, and we're just going to pop that down like that down there. It doesn't matter if we've got any overlap on the centre part at all, we're all good. Let's now bring in a bit of strawberry slush, and we'll take the middle flower, and we're just going to add this kind of over here like this. And we'll have another one, rotate it round a little bit. I'm just going to just zoom in just a fraction. So I don't think my head shouldn't come in too much now. And then we're going to take the smaller one, and we're just going to do some berry burst, and I'm just going to have that one there. Let's have one over there, and I think we'll leave it like that for the time being. And then I'm just going to then fill this up with a little bit of green. So I'm going to take the yes, thank you, Charlotte. Yeah, you do need to keep an eye on what, because it will pick the for the half price. It will also, same as any deals in any shops which you go to, it's always the cheapest item which will be half price. So you may need to strategically plan your order if you are doing that. But yeah, I think that's a pretty common thing in the UK, that it's always the cheapest one's free. So you can't pick and choose what is your half price item. So do play around with it. And then we're going to take the green one here, and then we're just going to then add some green in and around so at the moment this looks like a right mess, because it is. Like that. So let's leave that one like that for now. And then I'm going to then take some Darling Duckling. I'm going to take my large innie, and we're just going to go one there, one there. Let's remove that, and then I'll take the smaller one. One. Like that. So that's those. So I'm just going to give these a clean. I'm just going to do something I didn't do on the original one. Which is take the... Because there is 2 parts to the stamp sets. So you will also have the outer part, which you can then give it a bit of a fill. But you will need to do this as a second generation. So, so we're going to stamp one, stamp off, and then stamp on. One, one there. Doesn't really show up too much on this one, but it does a little bit more on the outer ones. So if I take the berry bass first. Which is that one. So now all I've got to do is just try and work out what way round this is. I've got a bit on my fingers down there, never mind. So, to bear with me, my head's coming in at one moment whilst I'd line this up. That's the one there. So, that one. And then we just add in a darker outline, so we will end up with the detail and then the lighter colour, so which is quite handy. So I'm just going to pay attention to what this one here was. So that one is there. So that's those two. And then we'll just take that one, and then we'll do exactly the same for the next flower, and we'll do the same for the larger flower. So just get those out now. So I need to go strawberry slush. So I'm just going to have, whilst it's dry, I'm just going to add, there we go, get my bearings. That one there. And let's just see where this one is before I stamp it. Nope. This is the hardest part with these, is trying to line it up. So there we go, that's the one there. It's easier to line them up when you haven't got them as I've got them now, because it's a bit easier to see. But yeah, so that's that. And then we will then just do the last one with the fresh freesia. Now this one is actually one of the easiest ones to line up, because you've got a big flower there, and we've got, this one's quite an easy one as a reference point. Unless you've got it like that and you can't see where it is. There it is there. So as it is, that looks quite nice as a whole, and then you could then either just fussy cut or have something over the middle like that. So you've got quite a nice little flower arranging going on here. Now the idea is, if I've done this okay, is to now peel that off like that. We have now got ourselves a nice little part there in the middle. I will take my thanks. And then grab myself my secret C. I will then go thanks down in the middle like that. And there we have a nice kind of like masked card. So finish this one up. We will take these two right here. And pop that on like that. You've kind of almost, rather than with that, you've kind of then just put the flower arranging behind your sentiment without actually having to make any height to it, which is quite nice. Keeps it quite handy for keeping it flat for postage, to keep that cost down a little bit. Oh,
you're right.
Yeah, just dropped it. I'm gonna try and get. I think that's a full glue. And then we can then go on. Now I'm really liking Secret Sea. I think it's a lovely colour. Obviously, it's a nice dark, I would say a dark blue, and it's a good alternative to black. So yeah, I quite like it. And there we have it. That there is my first simple card there, or one layer card really, without having too much height on this, with just a nice little masking a bunch of flowers in the middle right there. So like I say, you could have done it and just done what I've done, left that just stamped in the middle, and then just fussy cut out, or done some embossing over the top, maybe some black and some white embossing which can go on there, which would have gone over the whole thing quite nice. You can do two variations of a card. So there we have it. That there is card number 1. Second card is really, really simple, so we won't be long with this one tonight, but just bear with me one moment whilst I just reset for a second, because I've got stamps all over the place. So yes, anyone been saying anything there, Jay?
So pretty, very pretty, pretty card. Patricia Trisha also loves Secret Sea and Strawberry Slush.
Yes. The jury's still out on Strawberry Slush, but yeah, it's for me.
Charlotte said beautiful card. Lani said Secret Sea is my new pebble path.
Okay, yeah.
And we have Debbie coming in. And Jackie says lovely card.
Thank you.
So everyone's loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So let's just quickly just clean these off and get these away, because I'm not actually going to be using this set now for the second card. I will be using the papers for the second one. Okay, so there you go. If you get a stamp set which loses its stick, you just need to clean the back side of it, and then it will get its stick back. So I'm just going to just pop these away quickly, because I'm not like Jay, where I need to tidy before I can move on. I'm not 100% fussy whether or not they are in the correct orientation on here, but as long as they are down, we are good to go. The only one I didn't do an outline on was the flower on that one. So there is the line art, and then you got the filler, which is right here. So there you go. Everything is back in, and then any odd die cuts we've got, we tend to pop in like a little bag or something like that, so that if we like when we're experimenting, things say, does that colour work? No, it doesn't. Rather than chucking it away, pop it in like a little bag, keep it inside here, and that way when you're coming to things again, you want to do it again, then you may have something already cut, which is always a good little idea. So these are like the little bags which you sometimes get some embellishments come in potentially, or something you've got which are lying around. Keep those little bags and use them for your offcuts when you're doing stuff. So there we have it. That there is me set. Now for the second card, it's pretty much already done. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in another stamp set. For this particular one, the stamp set I'm going to be using is this one, Bright Borders, because I wanted something with a frame to go around this. So I'm going to be using making another thank you card. So thank you here, and I'm going to be using this frame right there, which I have already got set up and mounted. The only thing again I didn't do on that is I haven't lined up the thank you properly. So let's just do that quickly right now. So what we can do is in and in to try and get that as good as we can, and then pick up, and I think that there, no, I'm still not happy with that, thank you. So sorry, head coming in just a moment, I need to get over the top of this. I'm a little bit happy with that. We will see. I didn't do it this way around the first time round, so we'll find out. So really, all I'm going to do on this one here is I've got myself a card base. Again, same as the first card. I've got myself my Secret Sea layer, and then I'm using this designer series paper right here, which I've got. So the measurements on this particular one, so my Secret Sea on this one is going to be 13.5 by 10. And then I've taken my designer series paper here, which is going to be 13 by 9.5. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and stick those two down together. So this layout of card you can use for absolutely any bit of DSP which you've got. It works. You just need something which is going to give you a nice sentiment and make it stand out. So you're kind of going to let the designer series paper do a lot of the work, and you're just going to add the sentiment. Now there was another sentiment I nearly was going to use for this, which was the wanted to say dies. So I'm just going to quickly just show you these for a moment. So the wanted to say dies are these ones here, which have the happy birthday, celebrate, you're too kind, feel better soon. These are on a last chance, so these are going to be retiring once they sell out. And you can see they're down from £37 down to £11.10. So if you would still earn yourself £1.11 in rewards for every £20 spent. So if you do that, you will start earning yourself rewards on this. So I just wanted to highlight this to you, because again, don't forget the last chance products. If you haven't got this and it's something, instead of paying £37 for it, you will pay £11.10 for it. So that there is just something to be aware of as well. So product number on those ones is 161594, if you are interested in those dies. But again, keep 161594.
You just said it really fast.
Did I say it really fast? Okay. 161594. So like repeating a telephone number. So there we go. That's that. So the wanted to say dies would work really well with something like this, because you've got the, well, I can show you. You've got the, like the happy birthday outer, and then you've got your, then you've got the inner parts, which you can then do. So you can do these in some different colours. You could do some blending to make them, and then that could then sit on quite nicely. Obviously work your colours so it stands out a bit better. But yeah, really, really good. So that happy birthday is a well used sentiment. Okay, that's had time to dry. Let's just bring this over, and then we'll stick this one. So we are nearly finished. We will be going on to our Zoom craft chat and tidy after this. It will be a quick one. Obviously we'll explain to you some potential changes to our regulars on that one, as to what's going on. So just do come along and have a little bit of a chat with us if you want to. Like I say, it will be a quick one, because we need to have some dinner. So that there is our card. We will now take ourselves some Secret C once again. I'm going to grab myself an embossing buddy, and I'm just going to prepare my card like that. Going to take myself some Versamark, and I'm just going to make sure this fits in here. Yes, it does. Get this nice and inky. So when I did my prototype on this, I did the thank yous last, and I did the line art first, and then I heat embossed that, and then went in the thank you. Not the best way of doing it, because you run the risk of burning the border. So which is why I'm doing this now as a one. If you can't get it straight, then maybe just stamp the border and then stamp the sentiments separately, and then pop your powder on. But try and get the heat embossing done in one go. And then powder on. And then we'll take our heat tool and we'll zap this, so just bear with me. So that's that done. So you can see that's gone to a lovely white powder on that one. Just going to run this on my shorts just to get rid of, and hopefully they aren't too many blemishes. No, they were just little dots. So we've got, so using your embossing buddy, this one here is very important to making sure you try and get a very clean image. I'm just going to pop this away before I spill it. So you can buy these, the tray, the embossing buddy, you get some tweezers, you get like a little brush. It comes as like a little bundle as well. And then we're going to take the punch. This is to the point punch, which comes as a bundle with this set here. I do like a punch which has got a nice shape to it. And there we have that. So that there has just cut that one out quite nicely. I really liked these two little flowers. I thought it was in keeping with this set with having the flowers. And that's going to go on like that. We will just take ourselves, so I've got a little bit of the Pool Party Designer Series paper. So this is one which had the green, like all of the leafings on the back there with a little bit of flowers. We're going to take it the Pool Party this side here. And that's just going to break that one up and just going to go on like that. But let's just give this one a little bit of height. So I can go ahead and I would say just stick a little bit of glue in there, and then we'll just stick this onto this one centrally like this. Just need to let that set up before I do anything. Lanny, yes, I kind of see what you mean on that one. So that's on there, and then what we can do is we can then add some dimensionals on the back of this. And then I'll just go one at the top. I was tempted to go 1, 2, 3, 4, but Jay's not in the room, but I could have done. Quick, it's coming back. Don't see how many dimensionals I've used. There we go. And we can pop that centrally down like so. And there we have it. You could go to town on this one if you wanted to. You could start taking some of the you got the dies right here. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to. I'm gonna see. Have I got anything in my pack? Just to kind of just show you. If you've got anything in here to see would it have worked. So I had a few leafings, so you could quite easily. Yeah, so you know what? And this is why it's handy to have some of these little things lying around, keeping them, because we can then just kind of just do that. And no, I've got a funny feeling these may have been leafings Jay's left to one side and I've just packed away, but I'm now using them.
That was what, Vic?
I think this might have been what Vic die cut when you were here, Vic. So
for me to use that I haven't.
And now I'm using them. So we're just going to do those two together like that. A bit of glue under like that. And that didn't work. That's fine. Gonna take a little bit of copy paper and just kind of just push that glue underneath a little bit, and then that's fine. We can detack it by doing that. And just rub it on your trousers. There we have it. We just added a little bit of greenery on there as well, just some things coming out, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But there we go. That there is my second card. So we have got 1 and 2. So using purely the whole stamp set right here and the masking technique, and then the designer series paper, and another stamp set, bright borders with the to the point punch right here. But you could do all sorts. You could do this one, have thanks on here, and so you don't necessarily need to go with everything. But I think it worked quite well having this lovely little punch and this solid banner as well. And I really like the solid flowers. Thought it kept in keeping with everything going on.
Oops, sorry.
So there we have it. That there are my 2 makes for you this evening. Go me, 2 cards in 42 minutes.
You've been crafting more than me.
I have been crafting more than Jay at the moment, so I have space to work.
Well, when you're tidy.
When I tidy, yeah. Lovely, excellent. Let's go over to our face. Jay's just coming in right there.
Shall we check who's on the lead?
Oh yes, we've got the lead. Who's leading tonight?
The community.
So I think as well this community tab.
Does it not work?
Well, it's not working tonight.
There. Weird. Maybe because you have the live chat and tidy.
There we go.
Wow.
So yeah, I don't know if you've noticed your little crowns, which are by the side of some of your names on this. And I think you may be able to see it as well, who the leaderboard. I'm not sure if you click on the community tab yourself, but Susie Q is in number 1 at the moment.
Done.
Judy French, and then Charlotte is in 3rd place. So with your engagement tonight, so thank you so much for chatting away. Yeah, Jen, you've got because you're watching us on Facebook, you're not seeing the whole crown thing going on here over on YouTube. So on YouTube, you get like a little bit of a leaderboard to whoever, and you get like a number 1, number 2, and a number 3 crown. Coming in 4th position, just missing out there is Hazel. So congratulations to Hazel, you were in 4th place as well. But it shows you all the way up to I think like the top 50 or something. So which is quite interesting. So lovely. There we have it. So we're going to go over to Zoom briefly. So the link for Zoom is pinned at the top of the live chat right now. Do come along. It will be just a quick, so like maybe 15 minutes, half an hour little chat whilst we just tidy up. And then, yeah, if we don't see you on Zoom, we will see you on Wednesday, hopefully.
Yes.
We'll see.
We'll
see what's going on. That's what we need to work around at the moment. We just need to adjust a few things. But do bear in mind, again, you can purchase anything you have shopped with. You purchase anything you've seen me use this evening. Just head over to mitosucrafts.com/shop. Do remember the 50% off the sweets offer at the moment. So just have a bit of a play around with that if you are shopping to make sure you can maximise and get the best offer for yourself. If it means doing 2 separate orders. Why are you laughing?
You're bumping the table again.
Oh, okay. So he's thrown me off slightly, whereas I can see you in there.
Oh.
What was I saying? You can
maximize
out on your so if it's sometimes maybe beneficial to maybe potentially do 2 orders and pay the 2 P&P on it because the savings may be greater. You just need to maybe just try and maximise and work out. Do some maths like we do. Sometimes takes us hours to put an order through because we try and tweak it so much. But yeah, just have a little look because it will take the cheapest item will be your half price. So if you've got like a £10 embossing folder on that, you're going to get that for a £5. Whereas if you just have a stamp set and then a bundle, then you can get that at half price and save yourself maybe £30. So play around with it and see what it is. But there we go. You got no crown. No, Mandy, you had no crown tonight. So sorry. Next time. Yes, so Jen, come and join us on YouTube as well next time, so you can get a crown. Just chat, which I'm sure isn't a problem. So Excellent. Right, we will say goodnight. Thank you so much for joining us once again, and we'll see you again in a few days' time.
Take care, everyone.
Take care for now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.